We now resume this after SOB ate Kirby's ball sack. I mean, yeah, whatever. Right, sure.
What?
That's great.
We were right now.
Once again,
This
was
is
not
how
a-
reputations get started.
our patch notes where we left off. The patch note does have nothing to do with Kirby's ball gags, Spencer's ball cheese, or anything that has to do with balls. We want to make for sure that is clear. It was duct tape. The correct answer was duct tape. Thank you.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are no longer blacked out. We have whited back in. We're online. Anyway.
Why is it gotta be
Yes.
white?
Because, I don't know, it's just some sort of weird
Such
societal
racist.
thing where
God.
white is always good and black is evil. I don't know. I didn't write this thing, I was just born into it. Anyway, so, our one patch note, please. Yes, take it away.
Well, before I was so rudely interrupted by Cryptic, CBS. Oh, hell, we don't know who the fuck did it. Anyway, all they've given us is a one-liner, and we have no clue what the hell they're doing. So we can assume, and I'm going to use this visualization just to piss off Alan. We're going to reference the picture from Twitter of their server room. Alan, you're welcome. We're going to reference they're going to do something to the behind of that, the back of that, and probably maybe, I don't know, zip tie it a few times? Not quite sure. We know Alan will have an aneurysm thinking about that image. You're welcome.
I hate you.
Well, we honestly would like to bring a system developer onto the show to ask some questions about it, but we haven't heard back yet. Moving right along here. SOB, there were some things that you wanted to discuss, but the big thing on a lot of people's mind is on the changes to the skill tree.
Well, you mean the spec tree.
Sorry,
That's the
spec
big
tree,
change.
yes.
Okay, so we have this new lovely spec tree on Tribble, the strategic specialization. What this specialization does is it focuses on taking advantage of the threatening stance ability. That's a new unlock under the new system. So this has some nice bonuses, a lot of damage bonuses, but to me, the most important part of this is that it has on the tier 2 a taunt. There's not many taunts in the game, and this is going to be huge for aggro tanks out there. It's currently got a few things in that spec that are not fully working, so as to how effective everything is, I'm not going to say yet. For example, in Agronauts just a little bit ago, they were talking about how the cooldown reduction was actually extending cooldowns. So, yeah, that's. I'll just let them take care of those issues before reviewing all the specific abilities.
So you're thinking that, yes, the big takeaway from that is the taunt.
Yes, I think that is the most important portion of this.
Well, there's also some areas there where they can have hit point stacking at that point, right? When they're getting shot at.
I'll have to look at it again. Yeah, but I believe that is part of it.
Yeah, it varies depending whether you have threatening stance on or off. If you have it on, usually it gives you more defensive abilities, and if you have it off, it gives you more offensive abilities. I think I would have liked to see a little bit more of a mix-up there. It's having more offensive abilities while it's on as well. There's some weird stuff going on as well. There's some one of the abilities gives you a stacking damage bonus or a critical severity bonus on the
Yes.
tooltip, or what they've described in the blog is it comes up to a maximum of 10% crit severity, which is huge. 10% crit severity. Oh my lord, that's wow. That's just wow. Although
Sarcasm detected.
yeah. Although someone did mention to me earlier today that while they were testing it out, it was actually coming out to 20%, which is a little bit better. So I'm not sure if that's intended, if it's stacking too much, or if the tooltip is wrong.
No, it's intended because when I tested it, the first point in there is the 10%, but if you max out the mini tree for it, it ends up being 20% if it maxes out.
It's probably the same thing that with the torpedo immunity. Yeah, that's a good one where people are making fun of the PvPers with that one, and it ended up turning out to be make fun of Odinite and his torpedo. So
Attack
that
pattern.
part, oh yeah, you know,
Attack
seriously.
pattern. Screw it. And
Now,
Yes.
the trait
that is some immersion breaking mechanics, yo. What the hell?
Yeah, flippity flap. Yes.
Yeah.
the trait is actually pretty interesting. It's not the best trait. It's probably a good filler if that. But it's a plus 15% Cat 2 damage buff for 15 seconds when you hit brace for impact.
Now the big question is that going to be for all damage or only for energy weapon damage?
That's bonus all damage.
Okay.
Cat
And
2
we have
is
that.
usually all damage. Usually. Not all the time, but
All
yeah,
damage
it's
to torpedoes.
so that's if you don't have all hands on deck running, you can trigger that. That's what, a 25% uptime?
Yep.
15% for 15 seconds once every minute, because you can trigger the brace for impact once every minute. It's cooldown is 1 minute. And if you have all hands on deck, then all bets are off.
No more power creep, just power tsunami.
Yes, it's quite nice.
There are better traits. I mean, when you have only 5 spaceship trait slots and you're very limited in what you can pick, you're probably not going to go for this one, especially if you've got a lot of starships and you've got a lot of traits to pick from. That one might go on the wayside. But if you're doing things on the cheap, then this actually looks like a pretty interesting trait.
I'd say it's one of the better specialization traits.
I would actually
Certainly.
say for a spike build, that is a pretty damn good trait that you can use to load up along with any other buffs that you have, be it Cat 1 or Cat 2, and then completely unload on somebody with. Oh, wait, sorry. People don't PvP anymore, do they?
Not really. Most of the people that did PvP, the sane ones have went to games where that's a focus by the dev team.
Yeah, you're not going to get much of a spike out of 15% anyways, especially if you're min-max to the teeth. Category 2 is diluted to high heavens.
Alright, well, maybe for energy weapons, but for torpedoes, Cat 2, yeah, we can use any other sources of Cat 2 that we can get our hands on and then just throw down. So the kinetic community would probably enjoy this very, very much.
So next up, there's still quite a few that don't understand just how valuable coalition disruptors are. So myself and a few others were on Triple earlier. I just want to point out that every person on a team can have 5 stacks of the coalition proc. 1 coalition proc is the equivalent to a pen proc plus the disruptor proc. So you can have up to 5 per person, which that alone is insane. But if you have an entire team stacking coalition weapons, it's just truly crazy how fast you guys burn through content.
That's interesting. That's actually very interesting. If a target is heavily debuffed like that, then you can have one person with the old meta of anti-proton crit D weapons will get a massive buff.
No. The coalition disruptors it's a disruptor debuff only. So they have to be disruptors, regular disruptors.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, you get load up on crit D times 3, crit D times 4 weapons. Actually, yeah, crit D times 4 weapons are going to be king in that case. I mean, damage is still pretty good, but when you have a target that's that heavily debuffed, yeah, that sounds pretty interesting.
We did one run over there for ISA, being that ISA actually works now again over there. We had 3 people doing coalition disruptors and 2 just regular pen disruptors. The average debuff with 4 scimitars and the Crenum Imperium, everyone had somewhere between 220 and 240% debuff rating, which I'm just not used to seeing over on Holodeck.
And
That's
this
on
is on
Tribble.
Tribble, just to make sure that we're clear on this. This is done
Yes,
on
this-
Tribble with
this
the
is on Tribble.
changes.
With those debuff changes already active over here.
Are they active on Tribble? I thought
Yeah.
they weren't implemented yet.
Oh, they've been implemented.
Is
Yeah,
So
there
what do I
something
know I've been missing?
Yeah, so
Okay.
this is going to be fun now. The super rich are going to afford coalition disruptors and debuff every single target known to mankind.
Or they just have a fleet admiral who buys them. I mean that. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I run disruptors all the time, so I'm just sitting here and enjoying this because everybody's like, "Oh no, galore suck." No, they don't. They hurt a lot.
Unfortunately, this has already been known to the very top of the table for a while, so the price on coalition disruptors has already spiked up massively. Just earlier today, the coalition weapon boxes were selling at 4 million a pack, and trying to get a set of perfect damage 4s or crit D4s is going to set you back probably upwards of $1 billion plus EC.
Nice.
Oh, and they're character bound, so yeah, that really,
What?
yeah,
Who
they
knew?
are the only lockbox weapons post Delta Rising that are character bound instead of account bound.
Hell, even the ones before Delta Rising were retroactively changed to be account bound. Did someone
Now, not
slip
all of
and-
them.
Pretty sure most of them are account bound.
Like I know polarized disruptors, phase Tetrion. A lot of the early ones are still character bound also.
That's pretty interesting. All right, it's time for a little bit of a retrospective. So I haven't been on the show for a couple of weeks. I've been doing my own little thing. But Spencer, you've been actually soliciting feedback on the show. You've asked quite a few people about that already. It's a small sample size, but I would like to talk about some of this feedback. Can you fill us in on what some of our viewers have been saying about the show, good and bad?
Well, sometimes you're grumpy and sometimes you're not. It's really inconsistent. It's disappointing. They like it when you're really grumpy, Cam.
They can't be grumpy all the time.
What we've actually done here is I've got a little form together that's going to be in the show notes that I want everyone, if they can, to just go and look at and leave some feedback as to what you think about the show, if it's been improving or getting worse. There's a few different areas to type in, so just if you want, take a few minutes to get that done. So far from the feedback I've received, there's some comments about us being inconsistent about the devs. Sometimes we're a bit grumpy towards them, sometimes we're happy with them. I think that's understandable in some cases.
Well, about that, I mean, listen, we've been very upfront about this, and Odin will agree with me on this. We've said it, we've repeated it multiple times. If the devs do something good, we'll laud them for it. If they do something bad, we'll rake them over the coals. That's just how it is. We call it as we see it. But sorry, go ahead.
I'm trying to remember what else.
Well, the bottom line is that SOB was kind enough to create a survey, and we're going to include it in the show notes, and we encourage everybody to participate in it. Just leave your thoughts, suggestions, ideas, whatever you have on there. We want your honest opinions, so please, please, if you have something that's critical, by all means, say it. So long as it's constructive, other than you suck, it's fine. If you're saying we're tired of the technical difficulties, well, yeah, you're right. So am I, especially when they're unexplained. So I agree with you there. Other than that, though, I mean, just leave your opinions, leave your thoughts. We do appreciate feedback. If we're going to dish it, we're going to take it as well. And we're going to put that out there. Anything else you want to add to that, SOB?
That pretty much covers it.
Thank you.
Can I fill it out?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
You're famous now, so yes, you can fill out whatever the hell you want.
I'm not.
You're famous?
And TimberWolf,
when?
guess what? You don't have to do paperwork. Take a vacation.
No, it's Alan's show with friends.
Oh my god, I almost lost my shit that one day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Allen Show and his friends.
Oh my god.
So wait, when did that happen? I know I've been away, but Alan's famous now?
Dude, if you haven't listened to the last episode, go check it out. It was literally just gush on Alan Knight because, yeah, he was featured on, I forget what it was,
Scifiction.com.
Scifiction.com. There were some other folks that were loving his footage. Trek Yards has used some of his screenshots beforehand. Yeah, so people love his stuff.
Actually, I did watch that video, and I really did like it. I haven't had a chance to tell you that, so...
Which one?
So,
I've got a couple since you've gone away.
The 50th...
Oh.
50th thing, the one that you're specifically talking about. Yeah, I watched it, so... And I haven't had a chance to talk to you in a while, so...
Yeah.
I'll say it right now. You suck.
Oh, thank you. I'll try and I'll you know what? No, I'm not going there. No, I'm going to be good this episode. No dirty jokes.
They're already saying in chat they want a theme song for Alan's show and friends.
We need some sort of Canadian lovemaking song or something for him.
No, it's got to be the song off South Park. Blame Canada. Blame Canada.
Perfect. All right. Due to the show time itself and our little fun stuff with technical difficulties, etc., I'm just going to post the notes on the current damage resistance formula that R. Baker 82 and Talon 42 have delivered to us on Reddit. R. Baker 82 did some severe math on this one. We're talking like, geez, I haven't seen stuff like this since first year of calculus. So kudos to you, man, for doing that, and Talon 42 for breaking it down on Reddit and explaining it to people what this means and what should be it should be and what it is on Holodeck. So I wanted to do a shout out for you. We'll include that. We'll include the notes on where Talon made his comments, and we'll do an explanation on it on the next show and in the show afterwards, especially when we had more playtime on Tribble to test out the fixed damage resistance formula and see exactly how our offense and defense are affected by it. Now we're actually going to go into class, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So sit down, take a seat, bring your shiny apple or whatever the hell she actually likes these days. Class is in session. Teacher Kirby, teach us a lesson.
I have a note. I don't
Okay,
have to participate.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, Alan's excused.
Yes.
No, this week. So, This week I did deuterium surplus. This is something that's been around for a while. A lot of the top-end players use it. You'll see it on a lot of the top-end builds on the STO Academy, but a lot of people don't know where to get it. So I actually show you go to the Alhina system and you do a little daily mission. You actually have to go to the system to get the mission. It's not advertised anywhere else that I'm aware of. So I show you exactly where to go to get it, what the mission looks like, what it says, and I actually go in and do the mission, show you how quick and easy it is, show you which tanks you go up to get the surplus, and bada boom, bada bing, done. So it's pretty quick, but this thing, deuterium surplus, is a pretty good speed boost. And as we all know, getting from point A to point B when there's no mobs to shoot at is pretty important to keeping your DPS up. So this definitely helps with that. And there's no other way to get it other than running the mission. So I show exactly how to do that.
Teacher, I have a question.
In the teacher's corner. Yes, Alan.
So would you say that it's a long road getting from there to here, and deuterium will help with that?
I see what you did there.
That was great, Alan.
Yeah.
That was good, Alan.
Deuterium is basically an evasive maneuver in a can, and with a daily mission you can get 4 units per day.
And it gives you a nice defensive boost, correct?
Yeah, it's basically an evasive maneuvers in a can.
Hey, shred.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So we're going to go on to some videos, and since we've given Alan a vacation, he hasn't produced much of anything here yet right now because we're still soaking in sunlight finally, actually getting a tan and stuff.
Letting my brain rest, more like it. God.
Yeah, no joke. Well, you earned it, man. You earned it. That video's nice. Oh, by the way, congratulations on 500 subs.
Thank you. And if I could, I said this in chat, but I'm just going to say this for people who can't see the chat when they listen to this later. But if you have subscribed, thank you for subscribing. It means a lot. And for those who are listening and haven't subscribed, I hope that I put something out that will be worthy of your subscription. That is all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now, Sarcasm, I see you started another channel here when you took your sabbatical from STO while you're gathering some intel. So care to talk about that a little bit, please?
Yes, so what I've done is I've created a new channel. Actually, it's a YouTube channel that I've had for a while. It's been empty. I haven't actually been using it at all. So what I've done is I've started using it. The name of the channel is Sarcasm's Game. It doesn't have a custom URL yet, but soon will, as soon as I get 100 subscribers on it. This channel is, I've decided it's going to be dedicated to streaming only. So any Let's Play streams or anything else of that matter, anything that requires live streaming, I will be doing directly on this channel. And it will include various games, not just STO, but definitely STO, other games like ARK or Fallout 4 or whatever else I am playing at the moment. I will be using this channel. So the link for that will be in the show notes. Please subscribe because if not, you might miss some of my content in the future. My main channel is going to remain as it is, and I will be using it only for produced videos. So like my review videos, the shakedown videos, and other things like that, which I will get into more detail in a couple of minutes. Those will remain the same, and there of course will be multiple playlists. I'll be trying to keep things organized for the different games that I play. And speaking about the different games that I've been playing, I have, like Odin said, taken a little bit of a sabbatical from STO. I'm still logging in every day, basically to flip my dill, and wow, that sounded pretty bad. And to do the daily for the breach, I do it on 3 characters. So what? That's like 45 minutes an hour per day. It's pretty much all that I'm logging into STO now because sometimes you get a little bit frustrated, you get burnt out. And due to some conversations regarding the skill revamp, which to me seemed more of a balance pass than an actual skill revamp, I got a little bit frustrated and decided to play something else. And I've been playing a game called Ark Survival Evolved, which is actually a very nice sandbox. It's available on Steam. It's an early access game, so it's still an alpha. It's not complete yet, but they have a content release at most every 2 weeks, sometimes multiple content releases per week. What it involves in it's basically a sandbox. You wake up on a beach, you're naked, and there's dinosaurs around, and you have to survive, not get eaten. And for those of you who've seen some of my early playthroughs, like the very first stream I did on this, you might remember that I got eaten multiple times. Very frustrating. But I've gotten a little bit better at the game, and I've decided to make a new project now. So what I'm doing is making an episodic video series, which is going to be divided into seasons and episodes. I might be doing the same thing for STO and other games in the future, depending on how this goes. And season 1 is actually live right now. It's already published. I have 7 videos already published in the playlist for season 1. Episode 8 is ready for uploading. Episode 9 is rendering right now, and episode 10 has finished editing, and I will render it as soon as episode 9 is complete. So that's another 3 videos. And just to put things into perspective for you, that is 10 videos in 3 days. I might take a break soon and maybe put a week between the seasons for that. So I really recommend you guys check this out. It's on my main channel right now, and I will include the link to the playlist, the season 1 playlist, in the show notes. I'm still not very comfortable doing Let's Play. Usually I'm more of a produced video type. And what this is a Let's Play stream that I've chopped it up into half-an-hour segments just to make it a little bit easier to watch. I've sped up like some of the grindy bits and chopped out some of the useless bits just to make it a little bit more interesting. And hopefully, as the seasons go on with this, I'll get a little bit better. I might actually just start, instead of streaming, just doing it direct local recording and edit it that way. It depends. We'll see. It's an interesting project, and I'm learning quite a bit from it as well. Hopefully, you guys will watch the videos and like it.
Thank you very much, sir. This week in Trek, somebody activated warp drive and went to another solar system. That is all. Yeah, like seriously, there wasn't much of any major event that happened at some point in time, other than normal stuff happened. Hey, not every day is an exciting day everywhere. I'm sure we could probably put out which episode aired and what date and whatnot, but that's not the really interesting part here. What we do have, though, in Science and Space is that 50 years ago today, Gemini 8 performed the first ever space docking. Really, really important stuff, especially if you want to build a space station or dock with another spacecraft, probe, whatever. You might want to actually have something that actually works the first time around. And you're thinking, oh, it's docking. What's the big deal? Lots. Go read up about it. We're going to put it on the show notes, and I'm going to include some supplemental notes on it as far as how hard it is to actually dock a spacecraft in low Earth orbit. We're also going to have a couple other links in there for science and technology. Pretty much that'll cover more or less your fun stuff for those people who are intellectual and nerdy. You'll get to enjoy that there. And I want to do a shout out to a DJ over on Trek Radio, DJ Snacks. We love you, brother. For everybody here on the show, keep up the good work. And we will like to listen to you. I believe you spin on the weekends on there, but we will check up with you and get the venue in there. We already have the link to trekradio.com. trekradio.com. Not the .org one, although we'll still give a nod to the .org one, but DJ Snacks is on trekradio.com. Other than that, anybody else have any closing words for this episode of the show, aside from go Axonar, go fair use, and go non-profiteering for stuff that we can actually use as Trek for everybody to enjoy?
I have a final note. I want to give a shout out to a ship, the Crenum Imperium. If you don't have one, it's like one of the best ships out there. You should definitely buy one.
I guess you have one on the exchange you're trying to sell, right?
That would be my guess.
My guess is he has 2.
It's a really good ship. It's scimitar level of good.
Austin, I'm not sure if 11.5 will be dropping by the end of the month. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. I don't know. SOB, what do you think 11.5 will come out?
Okay, so here's how the pattern typically works for STO. They follow a nice 3-month pattern with everything. Lockboxes are all released on this 3-month cycle, and typically content's released on this 3-month cycle also. So go 3 months from the from the start of the anniversary event, and then you'll have the release date for this new season or half season and the new lockbox, which nobody knows anything about. Shh.
We heard
They
that.
did say they were slowing things down this year, especially for the featured episode. So I wonder if that also includes their season release cycle.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we shall see. But for everybody here on the show, we'd like to go on, Keacher, go on.
I was going to say they did hint in the first blog about the new skill tree that it would be released with 11.5 in early spring. So, but as far as I know, that's the only hint as to an actual time frame.
Early spring. That would be
It's 6
now.
weeks. 6 weeks.
6 weeks minimum.
No, it should be 6 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks.
Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do here. Thank you very much, Chief JAG Officer Sharat, for joining us tonight. We appreciate your insight in this whole quagmire here, and we do agree on one thing. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes, and we hope it does not interfere with other fan productions, especially the ones we love and enjoy.
Thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
No problem. For everybody here on the show, this is Odin Knight. We'll see you out there, or in game, or being eaten by a dinosaur, or all of the above. Have fun, everybody. Listen to DJ Snacks on TrekRadio.com.
.com.
.com, mofo. .com. Good night, folks.
Good night, folks.